Hello and welcome to Kids Corner. It's Shirley and Sir Winston again, and today we're going to make a swan out of a toilet paper roll. So what you're going to need is scissors, pencil, markers, crayons, maybe paint, toilet paper roll, and glue. And depending what kind of swan you're making, you'll either need white paper or maybe black construction paper and some scrap heavier weight paper, maybe cardboard. I used an old business card. Now, you start off with a toilet paper roll and you make sure that all the toilet paper is off. I'm going to make a white one right now, but if you have a darker colored toilet paper roll, there are black swans. And I'll show you the little difference that it is between them. So we're going to start, and I've already started a bit, by putting a design on for around the beak and into the eyes of the swan. And actually, it's a good use for a toilet paper roll that's sort of squished because the swan's neck is very long, graceful, and kind of narrow. So, if you can see here, if you think about it, it's almost like a very happy face smile. And on either side, you make a circle, leave a little bit of white in the center, and that's the swan's eyes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make the beak of the swan. And take your thicker paper, fold it in half here, and draw out the beak, which is like this. Now for a white swan, after you cut out the beak, you're going to color it so that there's, at the edge of the beak, which is not pointed, it's rounded, a little round half circle in black and a little half circle in the top. If you're doing with marker, it's easier to color the whole thing orange first. And the other piece that we'll need is the wings and tail of a swan. So in this case, the pattern design is you've got a fold, and the fold actually is part of the tail, and it'll come down and up and around and across at the bottom. So when you unfold it, it looks like this, but it'll go around the swan to form the tail. Now what we're going to do is the trickiest part is the beak. And this is where something with a kind of the edge, not really narrow, maybe the size of a toonie, comes in handy, because you're going to take your beak and you're going to fold it over the edge, because we need a bit of a flat spot to put the glue on so that it'll stick. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take the glue and we're going to put the glue right at that edge part. I'm just spreading it out with my fingers. Then I'm going to carefully pick it up without the sticky finger, and we're going to put it kind of into around the bottom of the black part. So the black part from the beak looks like it's carrying on to the black part that's already on the swan. And we need to hold it there for just a couple of seconds to make sure that it sticks. And then we carefully take out the ruler, kind of close it a little, and you can see what it looks like. And now what you're going to do is take your pattern piece, remember that the fold's there, or if you're really brave, you can do it for real, is to take your piece of paper, fold it, and remember to keep this up against the fold and cut it out. And I've already done that. So what we're going to do is take the glue and you're going to put the glue around the edge that's not folded about a third of the way, maybe as you get towards the top right here. And again, I'm just going to take my finger and spread it around a little. And pick up. And we're going to bring it forward so that the wings are like this, and that they'll sit flat along the bottom, and you'll see that that gives you the winged or the up tail that you see. And sometimes you can pull it out a little more to make it longer, and there we are with our swan. Now, if you have a darker colored toilet paper roll, then the easiest thing to do with it is to make a black swan, which you may be able to use paint or crayons. And it's made in the same way, but you'll see the swan is different. The beak is more red and it's white at the end, and where we had put black sort of around here that goes up into the eyes, it's red. And I tried to put a little kind of black circle for the eyes. And that's our black swan. And for years and years, people didn't think there was such a thing. And then they discovered them in Australia. And sometimes now, when something happens that no one is expecting, it's known as a black swan event because nobody expected the black swan. Swans actually show up in the Bible. It appears in a couple of places. And what it says about them is, they're on the list of creatures that you don't eat. But they are very beautiful. Shall we have a little prayer together? If you could bow your heads and repeat after me. Loving God, thank you for the things that are beautiful. Thank you for the people who take care of us. Help us to take care of your world. Amen. And we'll see you next time at Kids Corner.